Hi there, welcome to a video tutorial on the 6-2. Glad to have you here. Hopefully you'll understand the 6-2 a little bit better. I'm going to probably make 4 videos of this. Each will hopefully be about 5 minutes long. We want to just break it up into chunks so you're not watching a 20-minute video into different little parts. Part 1 is just to understand the 6-2 a little bit better and some certain volleyball rules that you need to be in on rotations, some rules that you have to follow. Part 2 will just be on serve receive number 1 and 4. Part 3 will be on serve receive number 2 and 5, and then part 4 will be on serve receive number 3 and 6. So anyway, let's just talk about a 6-2 is a system where you have 2 primary setters. And they are always opposite of each other. So here's my setters. Notice how they're opposite. When you run a 6-2, you also have outside hitters as well as middles. And notice they're opposite of each other as well. So my outside hitters are opposite. My middles are opposite. Okay, they're always opposite. Every time I rotate, I am still opposite of each other. For example, notice when we rotate 1, okay, so everybody's rotating 1. Notice setters are opposite, outsides are opposite, middles are opposite. Every time we rotate, we're opposite of each other. Why is that so important to know? Because you know when you are a back row player is when you grab the ball to serve. I grab the ball to serve, I'm now a back row player. Which also means your opposite should know they are a front row player because their opposite grabbed the ball to serve, if that makes sense. So look, if this person right here, when you see your corresponding opposite player grab the ball to serve, this person should know I am now a front row player. And my base is left front. My base is left front. Even though on a serve receive, they might be pulled back like this on a serve receive. And they're thinking, well, I'm now a back row player because I'm back in the back row. No. You're just being pulled back on that serve receive to make a good pass because you're probably a really good passer. But as soon as we get the ball back over, where's my base? There. How do I know I'm a front row player? Because my opposite grabbed the ball to serve. And I stay as a front row player until what? Until you grab the ball to serve. Now you're a back row player. So we got to remember that when you're front row, when you're back row. Couple other things to know about a 6-2. The order, the serving order, or the order of a 6-2 is always setters, outside, middle. Setter, outside, middle. So do you notice I have a setter, outside, middle? Setter, outside, middle. What does that mean? Hey, after a middle serves, guess who's the next server? Setter. After a setter serve, guess who's the next server? Outside. Always goes in that order. Setter, outside, middle. Setter, outside, middle. What else did I want to discuss? I wrote these kind of things down. Corresponding. Okay. So in volleyball, you can run around and be in different positions on the court after the ball is contacted. But prior to the ball is being contacted, you must be in a certain corresponding part or a part of your teammate. I'm having a hard time explaining this. You must be, let's just talk about it like this way. You see this setter right here? This setter can be or can push up to the front row because I don't want my setter way back there. I want my setter way up here. I can be all the way up here so as long as my corresponding front row player, that setter corresponding front row player, which is that outside one, is a little bit in front of them. So I can do that, and then I can bring this middle back here to pass the ball. As long as that setter is a little bit to the front of that outside hitter, that is legal. If I did something like this, though, let's just say I want my setter to be in my pocket right away, and I push my outside hit, that is illegal. Prior to the serve, prior to this contact of the ball, that is illegal. Why? Because the setter's corresponding front row player, which would be this person, the corresponding front row player, is behind him. Let's just say you want to do something really crazy and you want your setter all the way over in the left side. So you want your setter way over here, which nobody would do that because you're way away from your pocket. But we can do that so as long as the setter's corresponding player that's to their left is to their left. What do you mean by that? So my corresponding player to my left, that player, I can push my setter all the way over there. They would never do that. But I could, as long as that player is to the left of it. And guess what? That middle player, corresponding player to their left, same thing. So we can basically stack. We can push all these players over, over, over. That is totally legal. As long as, again, that corresponding player to the left is a little bit to your left. That's all legal. This is important to know so that when you're in these certain rotations, you understand why we're pushing you up. Why were we pushing the setter up? Why are we pushing you back? Okay. So, and then the last thing I want to discuss before we go into part 2, okay? I only wanted this video to be about 5 minutes long, and we are 6 minutes, so I'm going to be real quick. The last thing we want to know is talk about base. Where is your base? So this is right sides, this is middles, and this is outsides. So notice right now, my outside and my right side players, they're not in their base. So on that serve, like when we're serving, and it looks like this, and you're up there holding hands, the middle's on the net, and the setter and the outside hitter are holding hands, they make contact, they are going to their base. Base looks like this. Base for middle back, which is often the libero, would be deep back, and then this is your base for your wing players, your outside and your setter. On a free, once you hear free, the ball's coming over, free, on that third contact, that setter should not be playing defense, should be going straight to their pocket, which is right around there, in between the right side and middle. That means we've got this huge gap right here. We have to play, or we have to position ourselves to be able to play a ball that's put over there. So on that free, and the ball's taking forever to get over, we should be splitting the halves with our back row players. The libero should be coming here, and the outside hitter should be coming here, and we are splitting the halves. Also on that free, our front row players should be transitioning off the net to position themselves to first take that first ball, the free ball, with their hands, preferably, or platform passing. But then afterwards, like if this person's taking it with their hands, then after, or as that's happening, this outside hitter's transition out and putting them in a position to be an attacker. And then we make contact, we attack the ball, it goes over, and then we're all back to our base again. Where's our base? Well, setter's back here, libero's middle back, outside, like that. And one little side note, high school, your libero is usually your left back player. Middle school, kind of 50-50. So, but for what we're working on, our libero is going to be a middle back player, okay? So that is the end of our video tutorial number 1. Watch it. Enjoy. Don't you, or hope you enjoyed it. All right, bye-bye.